What we faced at the beginning of Russia's war against Ukraine in 2014, with war is always destruction. The destruction is external. People are losing their homes and housing. War takes away loved ones. But even more destruction is internal. It cannot be seen, but it is even more destructive, internal, when the foundations of life are destroyed, when a person does not know how to live on, how to build relationships, how to raise children, how to believe in your future.
On the 24th of February at 5 in the morning, I heard loud explosions, so my father informed me that the war had begun. We had fear and horror.
And we woke up to explosions because the airfield in Lutsk was bombed again and again. And my husband says the war has started.
It was scary. And once when I was standing with my aunt in the yard, an enemy missile flew over us and she told me to quickly go down to the basement.
I got up and told my husband that the war had started. He says, "What are you saying?" We ran outside and we hear explosions. The explosions were very strong. I'm rushing with kids, don't know what to do.
Time everything was in chaos. My parents said that the war has started. Collect your things, I didn't even know what war was, and I couldn't even imagine how difficult it was.
There was an explosion near us. The missile flew into the house. Many friends' windows shattered from the blast.
The war affected my family deeply with, unfortunately, the loss of my third cousin.
My brother died in the war.
My father died in this war.
When the war started, the feeling was that you are needed. You are the psychologist. You have to help people. This is your own sphere. That's what you've done in life. You have to help people. Although there was a feeling that you yourself needed help because you cannot cope with everything in the first minutes. In the first days of the war, literally when people began to evacuate to us, people turned to us. We were asked to work with the children who came from Bucha, from the boarding school, as working psychologists who work with children. It was a difficult story for us, because in the first days of the war, all feelings and emotions were acute, and it was necessary to help somehow. It was necessary to find those methods, those tools that worked at that moment. We acted solely on intuition. I can't say that we succeeded. Well, at least we were together. We were able to give the support they needed at that time, but there was no tool we could work with.
We were looking for a comprehensive approach to solving this problem as the most effective way to help people. I am deeply grateful to our colleagues from the Children and War Foundation for an incredible training program. The main idea of the Children and War program is to teach children and adults to develop psychological self-help skills. How can I help myself or a loved one? When daunting memories creep in, it's practically impossible to erase them. It is impossible to forget when there are problems with sleep. I just sit on the bed at night, when it is impossible to relax the body, when it is very painful to think about the lost house, the dead dad, and even worse, not to think about it.
This is a feature of the Children and War program. For me, all its advantages are the disadvantages we saw at the beginning when we didn't have such a tool. This program exists, it is whole, it is systemic. It gives a starting point for understanding children, their needs, their opportunities at the moment, their injuries at the moment. And for each of these questions, a specific answer is given, an opportunity is given to work out each request of the child. If it is inclusion, there are exercises that work with this it. If there is now hyperexcitement in the child, there are exercises that are aimed at this.
This program is simply beautiful in its integrity and consistency,
and in its answers and possibilities to actually help the child.
I can say that these meetings are very important because it is such a circle of support. When people see, when children see that they are not the only ones in this country living in such trouble, that they are not the only ones who had to move somewhere, that they are not the only ones who lost their homes and loved ones.
I enjoyed every exercise in the insightful children and war training program. How should you calm yourself down at a certain time? What should be done about it? It helps me a lot. I practice it. This often helps me during certain times. I felt a very cool atmosphere at the children and war training. I really like it. I feel comfortable talking about all things. I am not ashamed to tell anything.
When I came to this training, I really liked it. Now it has become much easier for me. I feel much better after the trainings, and the children are good enough, as well as the teachers, with whom I can share all my events.
There are many children and appreciative parents because we also conduct surveys among the parents. After the kids go through the training, we want to see how the child's condition has changed after the training. 97% of parents say that child's psychological state has improved, so that the child becomes more stable, better understands what is happening to him. Sometimes parents even they say that the child brought them such good techniques. We began to realize what was happening to us. Missile strikes near with us and the child says, "Breathe like me."
Project Impact. More than 20,000 children and adults with war trauma received psychosocial support through participation in a therapy course consisting of 7 sessions. More than 2,000 trainers trained in Children and War Teaching Recovery Techniques program. More than 130 partner organizations in Ukraine and around the world. Therapy effectiveness is impressive, with 0% re-traumatization during the sessions. Children become less anxious, sleep better, get rid of nightmares, intrusive thoughts, and panic attacks, and start to feel safe more often. 90% of participants note improvement in psycho-emotional state and ability to cope with post-traumatic stress. Project activities, 2022 to 2024.
I sincerely want to say thank you to Hope Worldwide Ukraine Charitable Foundation, which gave such an invaluable opportunity to be useful. This is my essence, this is my basis for helping others. And this program, this project, it gives to me. I am so grateful that you give us these tools, give us this opportunity to be a part of this great resilience of ours.
We are sincerely grateful to Hope Worldwide Canada for many years of cooperation. Special thanks to the Canadian-Ukrainian Foundation for the substantial support of this project. We find joy in collaborative work, aiming to assist Ukraine's children. We strive to build their future, giving them strength and instilling belief in a prosperous future.
Дякую, Канадсько-Українська фундація та Фонд надії по всьому світу.
Дякую. Дякуємо. Дякуємо. Дякуємо!